Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My constituent in Lochaber, a producer and exporter of shellfish, is experiencing his worst nightmare. After loading a lorry of fresh local seafood on Monday, as he's done for 35 years, his driver faced bureaucracy and delays. Brexit red tape now means that £40,000 of his fresh, high-quality produce is lost, unable to be sold. Mr. Speaker, that 40,000 produce is income for over 100 local families in many remote and fragile communities. Can the Prime Minister tell my constituent, where is the sea of opportunity that he and his Scottish Tories promised?
Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we're putting £100 million into supporting the fishing industry in Scotland and across the whole of the UK. And it is the policy of the Scottish Nationalist Party not just to break up the United Kingdom under their harebrained scheme, but also to take Scotland back into the EU and hand back control of Scottish fisheries to Brussels, thereby throwing away all those opportunities in a way that I think the right honourable gentleman himself opposite would say was totally absurd. And I'm amazed that he continues on this track.
Returning to Ian Blackford. Ian Blackford.
I'm amazed that the Prime Minister continues to traduce the name of the Scottish National Party. He's been told before and he really should get it right. And frankly, that answer was an insult to all fishermen that are facing loss today. The reality is, Mr. Speaker, that a third of the Scottish fishing fleet is tied up in harbour. Some boats are landing in Denmark rather than Scotland to avoid Brexit bureaucracy. Scottish seafood exporters are losing upwards of £1 million in sales a day. Seafood Scotland says all the extra red tape is an almost impossible task. It's even forced ferry operators to pause load deliveries to the continent. Mr. Speaker, the European Union have put in place a £5 billion fund to support businesses with the cost of Brexit. Last night, it was revealed that Ireland is receiving £1 billion of it. Can the Prime Minister tell Scottish business when they will be getting the same level of support, and where's the compensation for my constituent that's losing £40,000 today?
Mr. Speaker, he continually advocates the breakup of the union with the United Kingdom, and he continually advocates going back into the European Union, even though that would be immensely destructive to the Scottish, immensely destructive to the Scottish economy, to jobs, to livelihoods, to pensions, to the currency. And as far as I understand it, they're already spending money in Scotland on IndyRef 2, what they call IndyRef 2, when they should be getting on, Scottish nationalists should be getting on with fighting the pandemic. That, I think, is what the people of Scotland want to see. And he might pay tribute, by the way, to the merits of the United Kingdom in rolling out a vaccine across the whole of the country. And I'm told, by the way, Mr. Speaker, that they can't even bring themselves to say the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Perhaps he could just say that he likes the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.